Hello everyone, and welcome to the latest episode of Masters and Machines with your host Balaji Reddy. Today, I'm thrilled to be diving in the world of robotics. This series is all about exploring incredible opportunities and shaping the future. And who better to guide us than the minds who are living that future right now? So today let's welcome one of the visionary minds who stepped beyond academia into the dynamic world of robotics here. He's an innovator. He'll be spilling beans on what is the journey that he has been through in his journey in pursuing masters from one of the top technical universities out there in US, and learning a little bit more on all the challenges that he had faced to turn his dreams into reality. Prepared to be inspired by by his audacity and his contagious spirit of invention. If you're a robotics enthusiast and tech savvy student, or simply someone fascinated by the future, get ready for this electrifying ride. We will be delving into the latest advancements, discussing the ethical considerations, and maybe even get a glimpse of the robots that might walk with one day. And let's start off with this session with one simple talk, and let's go ahead and get it going. So today we have Gavini Hemanth with us, who has been a part of quantum robotics during his college days, and now he is pursuing his master's degree from Michigan Tech University. He's been a great collaborator with us since the beginning, and he's seen it everything. He comes from a small village in Andhra Pradesh, and today he's pursuing his master's degree on a scholarship. And what better person to know about how to take your next steps in robotics with us? Welcome, Hemant. Welcome. How are you? How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good.
I hope everything is good over there. I hear the weather is pretty bad.
Yeah, of course. It is 2 hours here.
So, Hemant, let's get things started. So, could you give us a little bit about your background? What initially, how were you introduced to robotics? What was your inspiration behind it?
Like coming from the initial stage of my robotics journey, it is like when I'm during my schooling, I have gone through one of the competition robotics competition held in my school. Like there are a few people uh, came to my school for robotics competition. They have given us some of the robotics kits, and we have done with the help of a manual, of course, as we are kids at that time. But that is very interesting for us at that stage to do such kind of things using all the sensors and the stuff that we are doing it now. It's like a different kind of environment that I have experienced. So that made me like feel it's very interesting for me, the kind of thing using sensors and doing new innovative ideas.
That's great. Like we all started it at a very young age. We can see currently a lot of schools are having these STEM education programs running and new laboratories coming up in schools and other stuff. So this is what is inspiring the young talent out here in India. Currently, a lot more school students know about robotics compared to a lot more college going the youth that we call the teens that are really pursuing it as something that they should be doing in the future. It has become more like a hobby rather than what we call as a career option. We need years down the line. Maybe someone is calling them a roboticist after doing their masters, their PhDs, or doing a thesis, doing a project about it. So, why did you pursue to choose your postgraduate studies in the US? Why not in India? Are there no
Like,
options in India?
yes, we have options in India, but that are very much limited to IITs and few colleges. But there are no proper resources and no experienced faculty mainly. Like I have done my bachelor's in robotics itself, but due to the no proper faculty and no proper resources. I didn't learn much in my bachelor's, so I decided to pursue my masters in robotics.
And could you explain a little bit more about your college? How old is it? What do you experience in your day-to-day life in Michigan Tech?
This is very much old college, like it is established in 1852, like something. But what here it is mainly, this college is mainly for mechanical and mechatronics background students. They mainly focus on these particular departments. Like there are a lot of companies coming to directly sponsoring the research works, labs, and everything. The curriculum that we have, even that will be designed with the help of this company people. Like college advisors will be meeting these company people, and they will be designing the curriculum according to the job market that we have, and what are the skills that are required for the students, and everything will be in a systematic way that after the graduation or after completing our studies we'll be ready for the job. But it's not like that in what we have experience in India. Like the curriculum will be totally different, and what we will be learning is different, and what the job market and what they will be expecting is the totally different kind of thing.
Agreed, agreed,
Like
agreed.
mm,
Because yeah, we do tend to follow a very traditional mode of education in India even now, where I believe it's still, if you ask me, I would say 70-30%, where 70% is theory, 30% is what we do. And we're trying our level best, but we're not really into this core engineering field that we talk about. So, in your college, I do like you are from the mechatronics background. You're doing your master's in science in mechatronics, and what are the different research facilities or labs that you have in your day? Like, what are the different labs or what are the different type of robots that you interact with on a day-to-day basis over there?
we have mainly FANUC robots here. Like we have a direct collaboration with them. The university have a direct collaboration with them, that the FANUC instructor will be guiding us throughout the course about all the company policies, and how they are using directly, how they are using the robots in their industries. Will be get to know to that atmosphere before itself, so that it will be easy for adopting to that environment before going to the job market.
So that's a completely hands-on experience that you have with the
Yeah,
Fanuc robots. And do you guys have a lab that you build some small mobile robots with? Like, what do you did on a day-to-day basis? How many robots do you interact with?
like at present we have only, according to our courses, we have only interacted with the FANUC robots and some of the mechatronics stuff.
Okay,
We didn't go into the mobile robots yet. It will be in the future semesters.
nice. So Hemant, now let's move a little bit from your college back to the old days. So, do you have any role models or mentors that really, pushed that one person or a couple of people that really pushed you to pursue robotics? Like for me, I have a lot of inspirations for pursuing different projects or different phases in my life. So for robotics, who was your inspiration and role model?
Like all the advancements in the robotics field itself inspired me a lot. Like human robots, every day to day updates of the robotics coming future, all the innovative ideas that are coming up in the. But what is the thing is, we in India we don't have that much research work is going on in robotics. Coming to space, we have become much more advanced, and we are giving a good competition to the world. But
Yes,
coming to these research works, still we need to be good. What is lacking is the main part is this practical way of teaching and learnings.
agree. Like in terms of space, I initially got my inspiration for engineering through this entire space program that India has on aerospace. Uh, I wanted to be a part of IRS very badly. I said, but wasn't able to qualify for that. But yeah, that is the first point where everyone wanted to be looking at ISRO, looking at Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam is the first inspiration for every engineer out in India. I believe he's the man that has laid foundations to what we are pursuing today. Now, talking about inspiration and laying foundations. So, Hemant, you come from India. You come from a very small village in India. I know you personally, so I know that how difficult your journey has been from moving out from Andhra Pradesh to going to a very different state for your bachelor's and now going to US for your master's. So, what are a couple of cultural problems? Did you face any cultural problems out there? Because we see a lot of people saying that Indian students are very struggling out there in US. So, like, what is that struggle that people do to talk about?
Like it completely depend on individuals, how we are interacting with them, and how we are adapting to that environment, and the new things we encounter with. It's like if we be good to them, definitely they will receive us in a good way, and they will be more friendly with us. Like I have experienced that it is they are moving with a friendly manner.
That's great because I have like
Yeah.
the news is an open medium. If you ask me, there is no right and wrong when you look into news. It's just about knowing the facts that are happening and how you will be reacting to it. It's all about that. So there might be a lot of Indian students in your course as well. So like, what is the percentage of Indians that are pursuing their masters in your institution?
Here it is like the Indian students are very less here,
Okay,
very few Indian students, as this place is very far away. It's
okay,
like a very few students come here for studies.
okay.
They
So
mostly
you're
prefer the other states.
okay. And amongst the other Indian students that you are a part of or you're friends with, so what different subjects that they have pursued out there?
Uh, the different subjects, mainly we have three things. Like we can go into the mechatronics, robotics, or automation. Based on their interest, the other main thing is control systems is the one course that most of the students take here. Like there are a lot of students doing their control systems courses and in-depth courses into that.
Okay. So a lot a lot depends on the foundations of electronics, computer science, and mechanical. If you want to pursue your masters, and people are following those foundations and going ahead. So, Hemant, now that you've transitioned and you've moved out, it's almost been more than 3, 4, 5 months that you've been out there in the US. So, like, are there any skill set or are there any skills or technical skills like I would have learned this, so that would have helped me out? So, what are some skills that the Indian students need to know before moving to the U, before moving for their masters in any country or any state? Like, what are the skills that you felt that I should have learned this earlier? If I would have learned this before, it would have helped me a lot. So can you name a couple of skills of that sort?
Yeah. Like I have felt like I would have learned the simulation part and coding as well.
Mhm.
Coding plays a key role, but it completely depends on us what subject, what courses we are into, and what we want to be graduated with, what what specification. Based on that, we can design it.
Okay. So one thing is that you kind of need to be good with your simulations if you
Yeah,
want to pursue a journey in robotics. So simulations in like
and
SolidWorks, AutoCAD,
MATLAB.
or okay, MATLAB is one.
Yeah,
MATLAB
yeah,
is one.
MATLAB is
Then
the one.
knowing a little bit about coding. So any programming languages that you suggest for our students?
Mm. Like ROS is one of the thing, and
Okay.
we need to be good at designing and MATLAB
Mhm. Okay. So
all this.
ROS, MATLAB, a little bit of coding, a lot of
Yeah,
simulations from say from Creo, be it CPR, be it CFDs and stuff. So that is something that you people need to focus on during their bachelor's if they
yeah,
really want to
even
pursue.
yeah, even if they are not perfect in that, just having a basic knowledge on everything is very much necessary, and it will be helpful in any of the project or anything.
Okay.
I,
That is in
I,
yeah,
I
yes,
myself
please.
uh, never learned this designing part in during my bachelor's, but when I went to internship, I started learning this designing CAD models and everything. uh, Coming to the masters, when I'm doing project, uh, no one of my teammates know the designing part, but when I learned that initially during my internship time, that helped me a lot and my teammates to figure it out and complete the project work.
Okay. That is really great because you are really representing our country in one form over
Yeah,
there, and it is very important that we kind of need to know on what are the things that we could do better if it is just a matter of couple of hours that you need to put into. Now that Hemant, you're learning a lot of, there are some skills that you didn't learn in college. Now you're learning them in masters. Now you'll be learning a lot more during your masters. So post the masters education, what are the different job roles that people can take up in the US?
like one of most demand jobs in US is like control systems and controls engineer, and a PLC related stuff, and robotics also. This industrial robotics is the most
Most
demanding job here. Yeah,
and so mainly it is about the control systems, PLCs, and then coming down to robotics.
and
It's a
yeah,
big mixture of electronics and mechanical as well.
yeah, all three.
All three. So that is something that people can pursue. So, like, if you want to go ahead from your master's and do a PhD out there in the US as well. So, are there opportunities open, or is it a completely different process that you have to follow?
Yes, there are a lot of opportunities, of course, as there are few research works going on. The professors are in search for PhD candidates, as most of the people are not into this masters for robotics itself. For PhD, it is like there is no one,
Okay.
because
So
yeah, so there is a lot of need of PhD candidates as well
that
for research
is
work.
interesting because, yes, we do know how the economy is of different countries, and in India produces one of the best workforce. If you ask me, we provide one of the finest workforce. We're there in every field: healthcare, engineering, constructions, supply chain. We're present in every field, and we do our best in doing that. So I do believe that sciences is one thing that we really put our foot forward to. Now, moving ahead, how do you see Indian startups or Indian robotic companies that are starting off now? It is difficult. It's been difficult for them. How do you see in the coming 5 years or 10 years down the line? Is it what do you think is the good time duration for Indian startups to really make it to the top part? Say a company starting today. in 2024 January, how many years do you think it will take for India to reach the level of these companies that are out there in the US?
Uh, Before coming to the startups, the main thing that the India needs to focus is the producing a more robotic students, mainly focusing on universities and resources that they are providing. The main thing for startups is they need a workforce, right,
Yes.
for any startup. So lack of this workforce cannot make it as a success.
Okay.
Coming to
And
robotics, there are only few universities and few resources for them,
okay,
and even if they have these few resources, there is a lack of practical knowledge. I think this need to be focused a lot.
now coming a little bit shifting from the robotic talk, like how are you handling your academic workload? I know the study is completely different. Like how you studied in India is completely different. Now studying is completely different. Like how does your day go ahead? So what do you do first thing when you wake up? How before going to sleep? What are the things that you do?
Yeah, we completely have this uh, like classes and labs, everything will be balanced in a way that everything that we have learned in classes, that we will implement in the labs, so it will be very much understandable for us, that we will encounter it, uh, even though if we didn't get it in a theory part, what are the things, what are the equipment that we have, when we are doing it in a practical way in the labs, we come to know it very clearly, and in a way that everything is perfect, that we are doing it right. It's not
Okay.
like that in India.
Okay. So
Yeah,
so your
that
day
is a
comprises of firstly is going to classes, then again
yeah,
taking the same round in the
labs.
labs, then having some fun with your friends, taking some rest,
Yes,
then going down to some. I believe it's an option that you can go for part time or you can do something else, and then it's almost the same things happen over and over again. So Hemant, did you get a chance to visit other cities out there in the US? Interact with other colleges that offer like from where Indian students are participating, or there are some other colleges nearby that also deal in the field of mechatronics or robotics, or in general engineering. Did you get a chance to do that, or are there any opportunities out there that you can do or pursue?
no, I have never experienced that yet, but
So
with the help of professors, we can do that. We can collaborate with the other universities, what are the research works that the university is going on. We can collaborate with that professors as well.
So that is interesting that there is an opportunity to collaborate with other institute and other professors. Like
Yeah,
the university is taking a really strong step in ensuring that you're getting the best experience out of it. So there you might have seniors who are doing the same course that you're pursuing. You might have made friends with them, or they've reached out to you. So what do they do in their second year of masters? Like what are they doing now? So could you share something
like
about that?
lot of people are doing internships, co-ops
Okay.
and stuff. Yeah,
And
they are
they're doing
implementing their practical knowledge into,
okay. So they are doing their internships in which companies, if you can share that.
like some of them are doing internships in Tesla,
Okay.
and some of them are into industrial robotics, like Fanuc is the
Okay,
main
that is
company that hire for, for these university students, as
okay.
they
So
have a direct collaboration with the university.
That is interesting that first thing is you're getting two experience, but one is FANUC, which is completely industrial, and secondly is Tesla, which is a
Yeah.
really great organization that many of us would dream to work with. So Hemant, we're almost down the line in understanding. We got a quick glimpse of how the master's studies is going to happening out there in your university, the different challenges that you faced since the start. So, can you give me something which is very unique to your institution? Why did you choose it? Like compared to all the universities out there, why did Michigan Tech? What is something unique that you felt that you wanted to pursue your education there?
The Michigan Tech is itself for the mechanical and mechatronics background. They mainly focus on these mechanical fields, and the most of the research works and the professors here do a lot of research works on mechanical and mechatronics part.
So that is what really excited you. So your college
Yeah.
strictly focuses on this part,
Yes.
and uh, that's really great. Hemant, your journey has been very inspiring. It is great to hear from you, like what are the challenges that you faced and how and what people should really look for when they want to pursue their masters. So before closing, there is one last question that I would. This is a question that is going to be repeated in every webinar. Is that what is that one message that you want to give to our listeners who might be a student, who might be a working professional, or who's an innovator, who just wants to know a little bit more on what they should be doing right, what they should be doing wrong, what they've been doing wrong. So that one message for all the roboticists in India, what would your message be for that?
Like even if we don't have a lot of resources, we have this internet era. Like we can learn whatever the things we want, so keep on learning and learn all the things, whatever you want. Just it will be helpful in future, definitely. Whatever you learn it now and utilize your time, it will be helpful in future.
Thank
So
you,
never stop learning.
thank you, Hemant. That is one thing that I really want to take away from this session is that it is all about to not stop learning at any point. There are always people who are doing better than you. Don't limit yourself only to the boundaries that you have personally. Think beyond, think out of the box. That is something that is a really great takeaway from you that we had today. I would really like to thank you for joining us and giving your precious time in making the starting off this webinar series. I really would thank you again and really glad that you accepted and we were able to shoot something for today. And do you have something for us to really talk about? Or how was your experience? I think this is like that is completely different, something new that we've been doing. So how was your experience?
Yeah, it's very nice to share my journey with you, and what is the things that we need to be focused on, and what is lacking us. It's really good. Thank you for
Thank you,
inviting.
thank you, Hemant, thank you, Hemant. And that's a wrap, guys, from us for the first episode of Masters and Machines. We will be back with someone exciting, someone who's in. So we will be involving a lot of students who are pursuing their masters, PhDs, and not just India. They're doing it out through the entire world. We'll be connecting with the robotic founders and the founders, innovators, or people who have created projects that are inspiring and will inspire you. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you for listening. And we will be meeting you on the next episode of Masters in Machines. Thank you and have a great day. Bye, guys.